The Trump administration has launched an unprecedented immigration enforcement campaign, with Immigration and Customs Enforcement deportation flights departing nearly every hour. According to the Department of Homeland Security, over 65,000 individuals have been deported in the first 100 days of President Trump's second term, marking the highest level in U.S. immigration enforcement history. Driven by a commitment to restore border security and reform the immigration system, this policy not only focuses on deportations but also creates opportunities to build a more transparent, fair, and sustainable immigration system. Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.
A fast-track deportation.
According to DHS, ICE conducted 32,809 arrests in the first 50 days, surpassing the total on-site arrests for all of fiscal year 2024, 33,242. Deportation flights, operated by ICE and supported by the Department of Defense, have reached an unprecedented frequency, with flights leaving the U.S. nearly hourly to return immigration law violators to their home countries. Destinations include Latin American nations like Guatemala, Honduras, and Venezuela, as well as countries in Africa and Asia. The campaign targets individuals with final deportation orders or criminal records, with 1,155 gang members and 39 suspected terrorists arrested in the first 50 days. However, the administration emphasizes that the goal is not just deportation, but building an efficient immigration system that reduces illegal immigration and encourages legal pathways. According to CBP, illegal border crossings at the southern border have dropped to their lowest level since 2020, demonstrating the effectiveness of new policies in controlling migration flows. DHS has also deployed modern technology, such as the CBP Home app, to notify and assist affected individuals in complying with legal processes. This reflects the administration's commitment to organized, transparent, and lawful enforcement. The deportation campaign is supported by a series of immigration management improvements. ICE received additional funding from Congress, with $500 million allocated in a temporary spending resolution in March 2025, expanding detention capacity and enhancing deportation flights. Additionally, a budget plan proposed by Senator Lindsey Graham could provide up to $175 billion for border security and immigration enforcement, promising unprecedented resources for ICE. The Trump administration has mobilized support from other federal agencies, including the FBI, DEA, and IRS, to enhance investigation and arrest capabilities. For example, in Florida, a week-long joint operation in January 2025 resulted in 1,120 arrests, including violent criminals and gang members. These efforts not only eliminate security threats but also send a strong message that the U.S. is committed to protecting its communities. Simultaneously, DHS is rolling out integration support programs for immigrants meeting strict legal standards. Initiatives like English classes, vocational training, and legal counseling are being expanded to help those permitted to stay integrate better into American society. These efforts reflect a balanced approach, enforcing the law while providing opportunities for compliance. The deportation campaign has faced legal challenges, but these are opening opportunities to refine the immigration system. In February 2025, several federal judges required DHS to evaluate cases individually before deportation, ensuring compliance with the Administrative Procedure Act. The Trump administration responded positively by implementing a rapid evaluation system using artificial intelligence to analyze immigration records, ensuring that law-abiding individuals or those with significant contributions are considered for staying. Collaboration with courts and organizations like the Haitian Bridge Alliance has built trust in the process's transparency. These groups note that the administration is working to minimize errors, such as mistaken arrests, and is committed to protecting the rights of law-abiding individuals. These improvements are laying the foundation for a fairer and more efficient immigration system that meets legal and ethical standards. The deportation campaign is delivering economic and social benefits to the U.S. By prioritizing the removal of serious violators, the Trump administration is creating a safer environment, particularly in areas affected by immigration-related crime. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, enhanced enforcement could save billions in public service costs, such as healthcare and education, for those without legal status. Businesses in states like Florida, Texas, and California report an increase in legal workers, filling gaps in industries like construction, agriculture, and services. Immigrants allowed to stay through new evaluation programs are contributing to the economy through labor, consumption, and taxes. In Florida, which hosts many Latin American immigrants, local communities have seen economic growth due to this new workforce. Socially, the deportation campaign is sparking dialogues about the importance of legal compliance and community integration. Support programs for immigrants, such as cultural exchange events and English classes, are building bridges between immigrant and native communities. In cities like Miami and Chicago, these activities have drawn thousands, strengthening diversity and unity. The Trump administration is expanding international cooperation to ensure immigration policies do not destabilize the region. Agreements with Guatemala, El Salvador, Panama, and Costa Rica have allowed these countries to accept deportees from other nations, easing pressure on countries of origin. Additionally, using military flights for deportations, such as to Guantanamo Bay, demonstrates innovation in managing migration flows. During discussions in April 2025, President Trump proposed economic aid programs to improve living conditions in countries like Venezuela and Honduras, reducing migration pressures on the U.S. These initiatives not only manage migration but also reinforce the U.S.'s role as a reliable regional partner. By sharing responsibility, the Trump administration is laying the groundwork for a global approach to immigration. The mass deportation campaign, with ICE flights departing hourly, is part of the Trump administration's comprehensive strategy to reform the U.S. immigration system. Rather than focusing solely on deportations, the administration is building a transparent, fair, and efficient system that offers opportunities for law-abiding contributors. With modern technology, infrastructure investments, and international cooperation, these policies are delivering positive results, from reducing illegal crossings to creating jobs and enhancing community safety. As of May 2025, this campaign is laying the foundation for a new era of immigration enforcement, where the U.S. can secure its borders while welcoming those who deserve to stay. Through collaboration with courts and community organizations, the U.S. is moving closer to becoming a safe, prosperous, and just nation for all. This article has utilized reliable sources and perspectives from social media to provide a comprehensive view. For a deeper understanding, readers can refer to statements from DHS, CBP, or reports from Reuters, The Guardian, and WOLA.
America is in the grip of an unprecedented deportation surge, with numbers skyrocketing under President Donald Trump's second term. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has kicked its operations into overdrive, detaining and deporting tens of thousands in mere weeks. The White House touts this as the start of a historic crackdown, promising millions more removals to come. Yet, the explosive figures, logistical chaos, and legal battles signal a policy that's only beginning to reveal its scope and consequences. Here's what's happening, why it's accelerating, and what lies ahead. The stats are jaw-dropping. ICE deported 37,060 people in Trump's first month back in office per Reuters, a pace that's already outstripping Biden's monthly average of $57,000 for his last year. By mid-March, detention centers swelled to 117% capacity, holding 45,000 migrants, according to CBS News. Arrests are even more staggering, with ICE nabbing over 32,000 undocumented immigrants in the first 50 days since January 20th, per ABC News. That's a daily average of 640 arrests, dwarfing Biden-era interior enforcement, though still shy of Trump's first-term peak. March alone has seen the tempo spike. USA Today reported 15 deportation flights to Central America in the last week, despite court orders pausing some removals. Posts on X buzz with claims of hundreds deported daily, a sentiment echoed by border czar Tom Homan's March 23 ABC News vow to keep targeting public safety threats. Yet, the data hints at a broader sweep. Roughly half of February's 11,000 deportees had no criminal record, per NBC News, suggesting the net's catching more than just the worst first Homan promised. Trump's return has unleashed a barrage of executive actions. Asylum's been gutted, with the CBP One app scrapped and Title 42 revived to expel migrants as health risks, per The Washington Post. Humanitarian parole for over $530,000 from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela canceled. ICE agents now hit schools, hospitals, and churches, reversing Obama-era limits, per Wikipedia's March 18th update. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 got a rare workout on March 15, deporting 238 Venezuelans to El Salvador's mega prison, despite a federal judge's block, per Al Jazeera. Mexico's cooperation, coerced by tariff threats, has slashed northward flows, leaving border cities quiet, per Axios. Guatemala, El Salvador, Panama, and Costa Rica now take third-country deportees, easing ICE's load, per Reuters. Military planes, not just chartered jets, ferry migrants out, with over 31 flights logged since January, per The New York Times. Guantanamo Bay's tent cities, photographed February 21st by the Navy, hold hundreds, a costly detour before final removal. This isn't Biden's border-focused deportations, it's a nationwide dragnet. The system's buckling. ICE's 47,600 beds are full, forcing partnerships with the Pentagon and prisons, per Politico. The Washington Post notes agents work extra shifts, but arrests dipped from 800 daily in January to 325 in February, hinting at resource strain. Courts are pushing back. Judge James Boasberg halted Venezuelan deportations on March 15th, only for flights to land anyway, per The Guardian. A March 26th appeals court upheld the pause, but the White House claims compliance, citing timing loopholes, per Reuters. Public reactions split. Pew Research's March 26 survey shows 51% of Americans back some deportations, with 97% targeting violent criminals, but only 32% want all undocumented gone. Protests flared in Texas, California, and South Carolina by mid-March, per Wikipedia, with 7 arrested in Charleston for permit violations. Over 24 religious groups sued DHS on February 11th over church raids, claiming First Amendment breaches, per The Guardian. On X, posts range from "Trump's keeping us safe" to "This is lawless chaos." For migrants, it's a nightmare unfolding. Margelis Rodriguez, a Venezuelan mother, lingers in Tijuana, her legal shot at entry gone, per AP News. Deportees in El Salvador face severe overcrowding, per The Guardian, while others trek back through Panama's deadly Darien Gap, per The Washington Post. A 10-year-old U.S. citizen with brain cancer was deported with her undocumented parents, per PBS News, spotlighting collateral damage. Indian deportees landed in Amritsar on February 5th, cuffed for 20 hours, per Reuters, sparking global outcry. Hospitals in Texas and Florida now tally care costs for undocumented patients, per Wikipedia, while fake ICE agents exploit the frenzy, with arrests in South Carolina and North Carolina for kidnapping and assault, per the same source. Canada's seeing a spillover, with RCMP nabbing families in Alberta snow, per the New York Times. The human cost is mounting, and it's not just numbers on a ledger. The White House aims high. Homans requested $175 billion for ICE, eyeing tent cities and mass flights, per Politico, but Congress hasn't bitten yet. Deportations could hit 300,000 in 2025, per The Washington Post, still far from Trump's millions pledge. Courts loom large with Boasberg's Friday hearing on contempt, a wild card, per Forbes. A Supreme Court tilt, fueled by Trump's appointees, might greenlight defiance, per Politico. Logistics are the bottleneck. ICE's 7,700 enforcement staff can't sustain this pace without more bodies and bucks, per migrationpolicy.org. Recalcitrant nations like Venezuela and Colombia resist, per the New York Times, forcing costly third-country deals. The border's quiet, with February apprehensions at a 25-year low, per NBC News, but interior sweeps could shift focus to the estimated 11 to 14 million undocumented nationwide, per Reuters. This explosion's real, but it's a fraction of what's promised. Trump's team sees a secured nation. Critics see a legal and moral quagmire. Ex-users speculate on electrified fences or military surges. But today's reality is strained agents, packed jails, and a judiciary at odds with an unyielding executive. Deportations are up, yes, but matching rhetoric to reality needs more than bravado. For now, 37,660 gone in a month is a loud start, and if resources align, America's only seen the opening act. The next wave could redefine the nation or break it trying.
que se levante el avión y todos pueden recostarlos. Una vez que estemos en el aire, les vamos a dar comida.